G'day mate, welcome back to Factorio with me, JD. So, I'm just quickly over here just like clearing all these recipes because I do not want to make any more of these silly robot things. We're gonna put those in there. Trash that. Put those in the network and those in the network. I really don't need them in my inventory. Throw out the speed 1 modules, which will hopefully find... Nope, they didn't find themselves a home. We're going to request those back. Oh, we're going to also upgrade prod mods. All the prod mods. 36 on their way. The other thing we want to make is we want to make 1 rocket silo. So we need 1,000 steel, we need 200 blue circuits, we need 1,000 concrete. So let's start with concrete. 1,000. Seems fairly easy. 100 pipe, we've already got that. 200 engines, you never know. We'll just request it and see what shows up. 200 blue circuits, just change that to a 2. 1,000 steel. Add a 0 in the end. And we'll just see what shows up. So we've got the concrete's on its way. The red engines didn't make it anywhere. The steel didn't make it anywhere. And the blue circuits didn't make it anywhere. So we need to go find those 3 components manually. At the same time, we need to take our modules and go, hello. Stop using nearly as much copper, please. Oh, that didn't get as far. Copy. Turn off the personal robots because I really don't want my robots filling up my inventory, filling up all that shit. Just delete them, paste them back down. They'll then get modules eventually. Boom, boom, done. See? Let's not request those. Turn those back on. My modules instantly disappear. Let's also do this one whilst we're at it. Okay, so that should give us more red circuits. Hopefully. We still have an issue with all the plastic is gone. Which really comes down to we need more plastic. Which probably means we need really a second line of plastic. This guy's outputting, this guy hasn't output in a while. So it means he can't actually output because he doesn't have any room to output. Okay, I'm going to ignore that problem for another 5 episodes probably. I don't need that, I don't need that, I don't need that. I really don't need to be stuck in an oil build, thanks. Let's run this way. 1,000 steel. Just stand here until the inventory becomes full. Actually, there's a whole 2 steel belts up here I can stand in the middle of and run backward on. And run forward on. Got 1,000 steel. Awesome. I've actually got too much, but that's a separate problem. Blue circuits and electric engines. Electric engines never made it onto a bus. They're all used internally right about here. Electric engines. There are actually none of them. Probably because we've been wasting our robot frames. Are there any in the network? On their way 0. In storage 0. Okay, it's not on the network. Well, the obvious answer is upgrade you guys. And we'll cut that belt so they can stack up. Really? I don't have tier 3 assemblers? Okay. 200 blue circuits. We can go fetch those in the meantime. This way, this way, this way. Not there, not there. Blue circuits, right there. Find a pretty belt to stand on. like this one. And that didn't get us very far. $200. Now I'm going to have all the robot frames in my inventory. Excellent. Okay, so we just need the 200 electric units, engine units. At the same time, we wanted low density structures which are going up to a bus. But there is no way we possibly have 700 of these guys sitting on a bus. He hopes. Oh, that's right. You guys take all the space. Yeah, these things only stack in 10. So, yeah, there's that. Alright, so we're going to cut that belt. Really, we just want 2 boxes here. Actually, I want 2 buffer boxes. That way I can actually request this crap back into the network. Because I'm going to stand over here and suck all this crap up. Yeah. You, auto trash. All of them, please. I'm not actually in the network. That's a separate problem. Okay, inventory definitely full. Network? Network. We're just going to use this as a personal trash spot for just a minute. Done. Okay. Clear off the rest of this belt. Yeah, I don't need 150 miners anymore. So we'll put those in the active provider chest as well, and they just magically disappear to wherever they disappear to. So we have 250 in that one and 250 in that one. So we have some. Not all, but we have some. Which is pretty okay, because we can just go copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Sure. Okay, that'll get built. That'll give us more throughput. Speed module 1s can go into this build, which has, oh no, you've got the right amount. You've got, what's that? 880 odd, 890. So the only thing we're waiting on is electric engines, which I can physically go over and pick up right about now. Lasers, oil build. We'll get there eventually. Electric engines. Please have 200. Okay, first off, let's empty out the machines. Empty the belt. 104. What do you need? You need engines. There's no engines. Why is there no engines? Because this build never got upgraded in speed either. That was a mistake. Okay. On the off chance, how many engines are in the network? What are you requesting? On the way. Logistics storage, 50. So that means there's a box somewhere right there with at least 50 in them. If I run up this belt, I can have a lot more than 50 in my inventory. Yep, that's a good sizable amount. And go to electric engines, and I'm just going to literally dump them in the machines. So we're not waiting for transport belts to get A to B or anything like that. We're just going to go direct machine to machine as fast as possible. Because literally, how many is that? 170. Request 50, just in case there's any disappeared in storage. There hasn't been, but you know. You never know. I also need modules. 50,000 of them. Because I just need 4. I need 4 for our rocket silo. Because the rocket silo is actually really expensive. It's one of the most expensive. Building a rocket is it's the end of the map. It is also one of the most expensive. It is the most expensive item that you'll ever build, because a rocket silo goes from 0% to 100% complete. But to get 1% complete, you actually need to put in 10 rocket control units, and as we saw, they're a processing unit, speed module. So lots of blue circuits, red circuits, green circuits go into that process. A low density structure, which is a lot of copper, a lot of steel, and a lot of plastic. So these two are very, very, very copper heavy, which is to make up for the early game being very, very iron heavy. And then you need some rocket fuel, which is a petroleum byproduct. That's not too hard to make. So yeah, they're the items we need to get a rocket silo up and running. You need, where are they? 10 rocket control units, 10 low density structures, and 10 rocket fuel. To get 1% of your rocket. And you obviously need a rocket that's 100% complete, not just 1%. Oh. Something went wrong. Oh, I blueprinted and obviously didn't pay enough attention. So we're up to 370, 200, so what's that? 500, 600. We're getting close. We're getting close. I got 3 productivity modules. I need a 4th. Anybody want to cough up a 4th? If I take those 2 out and I put them in there. Awesome. We're still waiting on a heap of speed modules. Oh, that's probably important. Deconstruct. Go away, because I actually only need 1 buffer chest. How is our... Oh, it's slowly filling up with green. Our smelter array. Slowly. Like, a lot of these are going to be running solid fuel forever. Oh wow, it's made it all the way over. It started populating this smelter array as well. We shall have nuclear powered smelters in no time. Okay, let's do another copy. Oops, what went wrong there? I missed a bit. There we go. Copy that. Paste that there. Paste that there. Paste that there. Because overkill. Powering that could be a different problem. Power pole, power pole, power pole, power pole. Also turns out it's outside the robot network. Separate problem entirely. I do this a lot. I look across the map and find a separate target, a separate thing that has to be done, and I just sit there with the power of blueprints and robots, and I just build stuff halfway across the map. That has nothing to do with the project I'm currently looking at. So we can make a rocket silo, which we're going to dump. I'll literally dump it anywhere. Let's go put it beside the make everything for reasons. Actually, let's go put it beside the labs, because that seems like a good a place as any to drop a rocket. Oh, don't. Damn you, robots. Turn those arrows off. I need those modules. They're actually important. They have a use. They save us a ridiculous amount of materials. Rocket silo. Right there. In there, the very first thing we're going to do, before we put a single item in our rocket silo, is put productivity modules in it. Because they will give us an extra 40% productivity. Which means rather than us needing 1,000 parts being 100% of the rocket, and each one rocket part requiring 10 rocket control units, low density structures, and solid fuel, we get 40% extra bonus production out of that. So right when we would have put in 100 items for 10%, we've actually put in the same 100 items and got 140%. It actually means for rockets you need around about 720 items rather than normal 1,000, which is a hell of a difference. We're going to put in 3 inserters. You, sir, are going to bring over that one in a quantity of 400. You, sir, are going to bring over that one in a quantity of 400. And all these only stack in groups of 10. So 400 is 40 boxes worth, which fills it out to here. It's a lot of material. And it turns out my concrete's already been refilled. In that case, did we stop concreting? No, we did concrete. Okay. Well, you know what? That failed. Get rid of that. Right, personal robots, you meant to take care of this stuff. Dump the rest of the concrete back in the network then. So we're waiting on these guys to be delivered. So we're at 0%. We're going to complete one. We're now at 1% complete. This is going to take a while. A little while to get built. Not ages. But it does take a little while. Actually, speaking of something entirely unrelated, how's power doing? Accumulators are doing nothing, which means power's doing awesome. No, we need more speed modules over here. Maybe I overbuilt this slightly. No, we actually have excess in... Yeah. So I'm just going to wander over here. I was going to build it there. Oops. Doesn't matter, we're close enough. Let's request slightly more rocket fuel. Nuclear fuel, rather. On their way, 45. In storage, 160. Okay. We might need to just up requests slightly. In storage, 89. 93, 89, 88, 80, 80, 80, 87, 88, 89, 90. Obviously, one more requested chest is required. Yeah, we might be producing fuel faster than what this belt's actually going to start moving. We're definitely not at the point of using coal power anymore. That can go away. The only thing... Ooh. Oh no, that's coal. Okay, so a little bit of a strange thing to do, but I'm going to do it nonetheless, is I'm going to make... Oh, I'm going to make, if I get the right thing running, a bunch of them and a bunch of them. I'm going to put down an active provider list. I'm going to say blacklist. I do not want you to pick up nuclear fuel. No, bad example. Whitelist. I want you to pick up coal and solid fuel. Yeah. This is literally just gonna put a drain on the network and pull the nuclear fuel. Okay, maybe not those two. Boom, 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 boom. So this is the absolute end of this line. Here am I bothering with such a silly little thing when I should be standing beside a rocket going, yay, rocket! Robopod. Right there. Okay, back down to the problem at hand. Okay. Unfortunately, I made a loop with the solid fuel, which is not a good thing. So, I'm going to do a dangerous thing. I'm going to cut our solid fuel in. Holy crap, there's still more in storage? Request. 40. Oh, no, there's meant to be 48 in storage. That's the buffer chest. Oh, that's fine. Okay, so we're actually pulling out faster than we're making it. We are slowly filling all the belts potentially with nuclear fuel. So we're going to come back to that in a few minutes when it's all going to be bright green. In the meantime, how's our rocket going? 60% done. And one speed module remaining. Cool. Because the next thing I want to do is I want to speed this up. Sure. Substation. Now we're pumping with gas. Look at it go. Now our inserters can't keep up. That's what we're looking for. Just a little bit more speed. A little bit more speed. Dump those in the network, dump that in the network, dump that in the network, dump that in the network. So, to finish the standard game of Factorio, to complete the quest of launch a rocket, get your own ass off the planet because you crash landed here and nobody came to rescue your ass, you need to build everything we built up to this point to make a rocket silo, to make a rocket, to click the launch button, which has led to this mess. This is our base. This is our starting coal that we're still mining out. Our starting iron is finally dead. No, you've still got 1.5k, 500. There's a tiny bit of iron left. There's a tiny bit of coal left. There's lots of copper left because I haven't worried too much about the copper. In fact, some of this we didn't tap till more than halfway in. We went and found new copper rather than dealing with the old one. That bit of belt can go away. That bit of belt can go away. I'm tidying up. I shouldn't be tidying up. We should be just... Yeah. Okay. So we have our starter patches that we've been chewing on forever, but they're almost gone. We've got our smelter arrays, which are slowly being filled up with shiny, shiny, shiny rocket nuclear fuel, because why not? We're rich. We're rich. We've got our brick, we've got our copper smelter, we've got our iron smelter, we've got our steel smelter, we've got our supplemental copper smelter that I had to squeeze in because we were just using far, far, far too much copper. We also had the same issue partway through where we just didn't have any iron. Same story. I just slipped some more in. Same story. First thing we did was we used productivity modules to reduce the total amount of iron being used by exchanging basically power for free productivity. And then we upped that one more with doing the exact same with our copper and our iron to a certain extent with our green circuits, using productivity modules to get free extra resources out of our builds by not having to put up with not using as much materials, but by using a lot more power. We've got our very, very early red and green science that has been extended to make it run faster. Our limiting factor, it looks like to be military now. So we've got our red and green science, which has been ticking along this whole time. Obviously, it would have been a smart idea for me to take my gear production that I'd put all the effort and time into productivity moduling to feed into both belts and inserters. So again, that would have had a lower iron input, a lower iron cost by using gears that every 40% of every gear was a free gear. Essentially, it just cost me a lot more power. We've got our military build, which is still clunking along ever so slowly that I'm gonna actually upgrade the damn thing. So we've got our military build that's been clunking along the whole time. Same story. It gets the job done. It's nothing great. Military, honestly, you really don't need to run all that fast. You can see the only time it's really sort of struggled is when we're doing artillery, and of course when we do the atomic bomb, because they are very, very expensive military builds or researchers. We've got our start of our chemical science here. So we've got the engine prerequisite along with the red circuit prerequisite, which has been thoroughly upgraded because we just needed more and more red circuits. We're now at the point where the belts are completely backed up. Because we just can't use the red circuits fast enough. Probably because science has it turned off. No, we have a blue circuit problem, which is a green circuit problem, which is a upgrade planner. It's now our upgrade planner problem. So we've got our blue science build that ticked along. We've got our robots. This is when we got that first really big power leap. Because we had robots, we could now just duplicate builds. We could tell the robots to go do a whole large build that in the past would have taken ourselves like just physically putting everything down half hour or more to build. The robots took 10 minutes, 20 minutes to start with, but now I can have them build whole walls, and they got the whole wall built in 5 minutes without an issue. Or deconstructing a whole wall, same story, 5 minutes, it's done. Robots are that first very, very, very big power leap. Along with the whole oil refinery chemical science, it really changes the dynamics of the game. It's a new thing that you have to deal with. You have to deal with liquids in pipes, not just items on belts. Vastly changes the concept of Factorio and the way things work. Continuing on, we've got more chemical, obviously. We've got our... now we actually had chemicals and explosives. We had lasers, because lasers are awesome, but they required batteries, which were hidden behind the chemical science and the actual oil refinery stuff. Along with we can now build explosives, which led to tank rounds and the tank itself, along with tank uranium. Oh, I did do that, and we never even bothered to play with it. Non-explosive uranium cannon shells are great. Explosive ones are better. That's it. That's the difference. They don't shoot further. They don't do much more damage apart from instant kill pretty much everything. So yeah, continuing on, we got our purple science up and running. We got electric furnaces. I haven't even showed off electric furnaces. They are... Let's just request some. Please be some of the network. On our way, 52. Okay, so electric furnaces we didn't get a chance to play with, but they are the exact same speed as a steel furnace. Their only advantage is you can put productivity or speed modules or efficiency modules in them. And they're now a 3x3 item rather than a 2x2 item. So maybe when we rebuilt our smelters, we should have possibly looked at putting in a electric furnace build rather than bringing in fuel. It's much of a muchness. I prefer the steel furnaces because they're 2 tiles by 2 tiles. They take up a lot less space in the long run. And space is not really a premium, but it certainly does add up. Here we go, electric furnace. There's a stone furnace for comparison. No, a steel furnace. You lot can go back in there. So, steel furnace has a crafting speed of 2. Electric furnace also has a crafting speed of 2. These guys only consume fuel when they're actively smelting. These guys have a drain of 6 watts. So if I bring this up, we'll see. This guy right here, 1 minute production, has 6 kilowatts. Him just sitting there plugged in is going to use 6 kilowatts at all times. It's a nothing amount, but when you start needing 50 of them, or 48 to run a single red belt of iron or coal or copper, or iron or stone or copper, 50 times 6 is 50 times 6 is 30 kilowatts. And then if you need 10 belts, which we easily have 10 belts here, we're now talking 6 kilowatts 6 megawatts of just flat draw on your base for nothing, which is like the equivalent of my pumps, which is not a lot, but it adds up. It all adds up. So yeah, I'm not too much of a fan. It does have a lower pollution output. That's probably the only thing it has going for it. It pollutes less, but you know, we just polluted the whole map, turned the whole map red. We didn't really mind. It hasn't really affected us. So they are an option. Like I said, they do take modules, so you can put speed modules in them to make them go faster, which means you need less of them, but then they use more power and create more pollution. Or you put productivity modules in them, which means you feed less ore in to get more plate out. But same story, then they run slower, which then means you need more of them, and they use more power, and they create more pollution. Or you can put in the dreadedly useless efficiency modules, which just reduce the total energy consumption, which indirectly reduce the pollution production of these things. So, yeah, that's really all it comes down to with the electric furnaces. We've got our blue circuit build, which is struggling for green circuits. Just upgrade the belt real quick. Nobody will notice. So again, blue circuit build, it's again higher tech. It requires 2 prerequisite circuits. It's starting to get really, really expensive to make these things, but they are required. They do unlock a lot of more advanced technology. We've got our solar and our accumulator build, which like there's thousands and thousands of solar panels and accumulators. As long as we've got free space, which we do, I could keep laying down solar panels forever and we would never have a power problem whatsoever. We would never even have to consider nuclear power. We've got our incredibly expensive, change the name, utility science packs right here up at the end. They are running beautifully. They are running as fast as they possibly can, pretty much. We're still not producing enough low density structures to sort of feed. Well, we are. We've got excess production, but this hasn't backed up yet. So, yeah. We've got our module build, which I literally slapped together whilst making that episode. It works. We have our first modules that we needed for our personal power armor. And as you can see, I've actually got a second batch there. I normally, in my own single-player games, will run a combat build and a building build. Because obviously your power armor, if I take out that Roboport and I put it back in, it then needs to recharge, which is going to drain my batteries. It's only a tiny bit, but if I've got, and it's not that uncommon, for me to have 5 or 6 personal Roboports with a buffer of 3.5 megawatts each, it really can put a drain on your batteries. So yeah, I tend to have 2 armors, one purely for combat, one purely for building. And potentially, if your base gets big enough, a third one, which is a running suit, which is literally 1 power, a couple of batteries, and nothing but legs. For when you really got to get across the base in a hurry. Finally, we've got our prerequisites to make our rocket control units, which are ticking along slowly. The simple fact that things are backed up here means that we've got definitely enough speed module 1s to keep up with the production of our rocket control units, and our blue circuits is slowly backing up from the looks of it. Yeah, I need to go tweak those belts. We'll do that before we end the episode. It'd be nice if I had some on me. How fast will robots get stuff to me? Not quick enough, I bet. Running path, this is where we want to be. Actually, if I do that and that and that and that and that, that should give me enough to do... Upgrade planar. The whole lot. There we go. Some nice fully compressed green circuit belting. As you can see, the end half of the build, production stats. You've made a few, not many, just a few. Because we just don't have enough green circuits. But we can and have been and will continue to on their way for. Not many in storage, obviously. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Upgrade. Come on, game. Oh, there's 1 in my inventory. On their way, 0. Yeah. Okay. Plan B. Find something that already has prod mods in it. Ew. Paste that there. Demand a robot come build this quickly. On the way, 50. Okay. You to there, to there, to there, you to there. We're going to change that recipe over to that. We're going to rotate around the right way. We're going to copy that. That looks right. We're going to paste that. We're going to rip those 2 up. We're going to pop that there. We're then going to... remove... No. The filtered one. We're going to remove everything. And we're going to copy you guys and paste them down. And then we'll get not only faster production, but at the same time these guys will start using productivity modules as they become available. That ghost looks wrong. There we go. That's better. Come on, robots. Excellent. You've got acid. You've got acid. Good. I faced everything the right way. We now need just 50. I'm getting stuck on pipes. Pipes definitely frustrating. Only when you run around and you're not looking at where you're going. I actually don't want to have those in my inventory. Thanks, robots. I know I requested them, but please have them back. Okay, so with that, I'm going to call an end to this episode. Wow, that was so much longer than I wanted, but it is what it is. We've upgraded a heap. We are going to come back with a couple of bonus episodes. One for the artillery wagon, which we've already researched, and one for the atomic bomb. I'm probably going to let the game idle for a little bit, just so we actually have the research done. And then we'll probably roll those two in the next episode and call it done for the series. In the meantime, depending on how good I am and how lucky I am with the whole YouTube thing, because I've never tried this before, or this feature before, there may be anywhere at the end of this episode a link up the top corner with a poll for what we're going to do next. There's a couple of choices. I'm not going to say any of them now in case I change my mind. Or if it's not up the top right-hand corner, there down the description, you should find a straw poll, hopefully, with a what are we going to do next. As always, you can pop up my Discord, give me your own thoughts if it's something different to any of the choices below. But I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts on what we're going to do next. I'm actually considering some sort of mega base. I'd like to take over this save, but obviously we're on an island, we're on limited resources, so that's not going to work. So yeah. Comment, well, put down the comments, jump on Discord, tell me in person, go fill out one of the polls, either or, any of the above, and launch. Nothing happened. Oh, flames, fire, launchy. But that isn't. That is the end of the official series, apart from we're coming back for nukes and for artillery, and we launched a rocket, and we're done. So, thank you guys. I'll see you guys in the next episode. 24 hours worth of game time. Can I do a quick sort in the folder? And I was meant to look at this beforehand. So it was 24 hours game time. And come on, poor computer, do some maths. And so 24 hours, 26 minutes game time, and you guys have sat through 23 hours and 16 minutes worth of in-game footage time. You missed less than hours, which is, what, 5%? 5% of things I did off camera, or I paused and saved and forgot to pause. That's probably more common. We killed a bunch of medium spitters, a bunch of big spitters, a lot of trees. Trees are the real enemy. Some big biters, some small spitters, some small biter, medium biter, small worm. 3 fish. We killed 2 players. 2 players? I remember being hit by a train once. I died once. But I don't remember being killed. Because if you die by biters, that doesn't count. In the comments, please tell me, when was the other time I died? I died up here being hit by a train. I thought that was the only time the base killed me. We killed 2 huge rocks because they obviously got in the way. We killed a construction robot. Again, he probably deserved it. 1 rail signal, a medium electric pole, a small electric pole because you cannot burn them anymore. So the only thing to do is line them all up across the field and shoot them. And a substation, which obviously deserved it. Anyway, I'm going to call this episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.